9 RBIs, and no home runs. That pitch to him was outside again, 2-1. Now coming up is Stark. Gage Stark on the season, batting average is .281 with 4 home runs and 12 RBIs. He leads the team in home runs, to be exact. Here comes the pitch from Hernandez. That pitch is in there. Good pitch, strike 1. Here comes the 0-1. Swing and a miss. Strike 2. Here comes the 0-2. Ooh, that was close, but the called ball. 1-2 now the count. One and two down the count here on Stark. Here comes the 1-2. Ooh, another close pitch there. 2-2. 2 balls with 2 strikes and 1 out here in the top of the first inning. Hernandez winds up. Here it comes. Just a bit upstairs. 3-2 now. That's the count. 3 balls, 2 strikes now with 1 out. That pitch is hit foul. Glad you could join us here today on this beautiful, beautiful Thursday afternoon here. Sun shining as this pitch hit to third base, thrown to first. And not in time, though. Good speed there from Stark, and he's safe on first. There's a 1-out single there. And now coming up is number 4, Roosh. I hope I'm saying that right. Anyway, Garrett Roosh, batting average is .309 with 1 home run and 19 RBIs. Hernandez has a runner on first with 1 out, though, as well. The pitch in there, strike 1. Here comes the 0-1. In there, strike 2. After Roosh, it'll be Shepard, followed by Glenn. As here comes the 0-2 to Roosh. Ball. He runs the second. Thought about going to third, but decided to play it safe there. Now he has a runner in scoring position on second. There's a count of 1-2. With a runner on second, here comes the 1-2 pitch. Just a bit outside, 3-2. Or no, 2-2, I should say. I just got out of math class like not too long ago, so like my brain is just full of random numbers. Anyway, the 2-2 pitch to Roosh. That one's hit foul. It went through the actual like top part of the net there and fell right over onto the other side. Haven't seen that before. Pretty cool. Here comes the 2-2 pitch. Dead ball. Now he has 2 runners on base. And now coming up to bat is Shepard. Shepard on the season. .215 batting average with 22 RBIs and 2 home runs. Leads the team in RBIs, to be exact. Now Ricky has 2 men on base, 1 in scoring position. With 1 out, here comes the pitch. That one's hit high up, but foul right behind our press box here. Here comes the pitch. That one's hit foul again. 0-2 now the count here on Shepherd. The Allen County Red Devils, their record overall is 22-21. Home 15-12. With the way that's 7-9 as that pitch is outside, ball 1. Neutral games, they have not won or lost any. And for conference, they are 11 for 13. Or 11 and 13, I should say. Here comes the 1-2 pitch to Shepherd. Thought about running to third, but decided not to. Now the record for the Ravens here, 19-24. At home, 16-9. Away, 2-13. Neutral games, 1-2. And in the conference, 5-15. Here comes the pitch. That's a swing and a miss. Strike 3. Now the Ravens have 2 outs here, and coming up to bat is number 3, Glenn, who's the second baseman. Gabe Glenn on the season, batting average is .265 with 1 home run and 11 RBIs. Here comes the pitch. Just a bit outside, ball 1. Want to know the count here. Here comes the pitch. Swing and a miss, though. Strike 1. Here comes the 1-1. In the dirt, ball 2, but it goes back to the fence there. That's a wild pitch. Now 2 runners in scoring position on second and third. And a count of 2-1 on Glenn. The weather right now in Coffeyville, Kansas, sunny with 70 degrees right now. The high today is supposed to be 74. It feels like 70, or as I call it, perfect fishing weather. The wind speed right now is at 14 miles per hour. Really nice. That pitch is hit high and over into left field. And he's there to make the grab out, number 3. So, we now go to the bottom of the first, where they're tied up at 0. Stick around. You don't want to miss this action. That pitch is hit. And that's going. And that's inside the park. And all the way back to the Taco Bell sign, which kind of reminds me, I could go for some Taco Bell right now, maybe. But I digress. I would rather call it baseball right now, as that was a double from Carson Strack. Now coming to bat is Jack Bell. Jack Bell in the season, batting average is .355 with 2 home runs and 37 RBIs. And after him, it'll be Mason Holton. Here comes the pitch. That's bunted high. Near the fence there, but foul. Ball back in time there on that bunt. Now the count is 1-1 on Jack Bell. The infield for the Red Devils, we have Rouge playing second, Shepherd playing first, Glenn playing third, Mulligan playing shortstop, Jaggers playing catcher, and Buchanan pitching. That pitch was hit. As that bunt there was hit too, the pitcher there, throw to third, was not in time. So now you have runners on opposite corners at first and third. Good bunt there. Now coming to bat is Mason Holton. Mason Holton on the season, .359 batting average, with 6 home runs leading the team and 44 RBIs also leading the team. Now he has 2 runners on opposite corners. Here comes the pitch. Just inside there, ball 1. Brett Buchanan on the season, his batting average, or ZRA I should say, is 5.97 with 37 innings pitched and 35 strikeouts. I say I had to change the baseball there for a second. Maybe it just didn't feel right in the hand or something. I don't know. Here comes the pitch. In there, strike 1. As now he has both runners in scoring position on second and third. One and one now the count here on Holton, with runners on second and third. Here comes the pitch. Just a bit outside, 2-1. Two and one now the count here. Upstairs, 3-1. Let's see what Holton has. Here comes the 3-1 pitch. That pitch is hit, and it'll drop fair. That's an RBI single there for Mason Holton, and the Ravens' first run on of the day. And now coming at the bat is number 12, Tyler Gundelfinger. His batting average this season, .318, with 1 home run and 19 RBIs. And following him will be Tate Moody. And after him, it'll be Quentin Platt, the designated hitter. Here comes the pitch. That's bunted. Foul. On one out of the count here on Gundelfinger. Tried throwing it to first there, but stayed safe. Here comes the pitch. Didn't pull back in time. Strike 2. No outs right now in the bottom of the first. And the Ravens already take the lead here with 1, thanks to an RBI single from Mason Holton. Here comes the 0-2. Oh, nope. One, 2 now the count here. That's it to third. Try to throw him first. And he's called out at first, but it doesn't matter. The Ravens already add another run on the board, 2-0. Here comes Tate Moody. Tate Moody on the season, his batting average is .308 with no home runs and 22 RBIs. Here comes the pitch to Moody. Strike one called. I don't know what they're discussing out there. I think they're having a little discussion on like whether or not he had a balk a while ago or not, but 1-1 now the count. Here comes the pitch. Good grab there by the third baseman. He's out at first. Good play there from the Red Devils. But it advances the runner 90 feet away. Now coming to bat is Quentin Platt. Quentin Platt on the season. His batting average is .293 with 1 home run and 16 RBIs. After him, it'll be Drake Unrein, the catcher. Pitch is just a bit in, outside, ball 1. That pitch is in there, strike 1. One now the count here on Quentin Platt. Here comes the pitch. That's it to the first baseman. And he makes the tag there, out number 3. We now go to the second inning where the Ravens take a 2-0 lead now. Stay tuned for the second inning right after this. Welcome back here to Walter Johnson Park, where we're now in the second inning here. The Ravens take a nice 2-0 lead here to start out the day, or in part 1 of today's doubleheader. I'm Stephen Kyler here, filling in for Shane Neal and Chris Freund. Here comes the pitch from Hernandez. Hit nicely, but foul. One now is the count here on the batter. Ball 1. I'll try to see the number right when I can see it. If he like takes a step out, here comes the 1-1. That's in there though. Strike 2. One and 2 the count here now on the batter. Here comes the pitch. foul there from number 11, Mulligan, who's the shortstop. Mulligan on the season, his batting average is .243 with 1 home run and 12 RBIs. And now he's a count of 1-2 on him still. Here comes the 1-2. That pitch is hit. It's a nice little hit there on the infield. Thought he could speed his way into second base, but playing it safe there, stays as first. That's a single. Now coming to bat is number 10, Aries, the center fielder, which I hope I'm saying these names right. If I'm not, I apologize. Aries, Colton Aries, his average is .165. Ayers, thank you. It is actually Ayers. See, this is why I had to retake English like 3 times. Anyway, that pitch though to Ayers is a swing and a miss for strike 1. Ayers on the season, his batting average is .165 with 3 home runs and 16 RBIs. And now there's a count of 1-1 on him as they try to throw it to first. It's good to see some of the other athletic players here today from volleyball and softball. See Sarah Madman Matson and Macy Wayne there. Then also see from softball Joe Arrington, which, by the way, the softball team has a game on Saturday. Hope you tune in and watch that one, because you'll hear my voice there again. I'm everywhere apparently. So anyway, 0-1 the count there though. Try to tag him out again at first, but not in time. Got a good crowd on hand here today for both sides, and we probably have a good crowd watching on the live stream as that pitch is in there, strike 2. Now Ayers has an 0-2 count on him with a runner on first. Try to get back there and throw it to first. Not in time. Safe. Oh, 2, so remains the count here. Hernandez throws the pitch. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. Now Hernandez has gave the Red Devils 1 out. And now coming to bat is number 20, Jaggers. Rhett Jaggers on the season, his average is .164 with 2 home runs and 10 RBIs. I couldn't even get 1 home run when I played. The best I did was a single. Tried to throw him back out at first, but not in time. Here comes the pitch. The dirt ball 1. Good block there, though, from Drake Unrein. Hernandez with the 1-0 pitch. Here it comes. Swing and a miss. Strike 1. And he got him out, too, at second base. Good throw from Drake Unrein. Now still batting is Jaggers, who is the catcher for the Red Devils here. And after him, it'll be Hendricks. That pitch is in there, strike 2. With 2 outs now, and 1-2 the count here on Jaggers. This either extends the top or goes to the bottom. The pitch extends the inning. 2-2 now the count here with 2 outs. Here comes the pitch. Just a bit outside. 3-2. Now the count is full. I think the worst count ever in both baseball and softball today. 3-2 with 2 outs. Here comes the pitch. Ball 4. Oh, they thought it was strike 3. But it was considered ball 4. So here comes Hendricks. Hendricks on the season. Braden Hendricks, his batting average is .379 with 1 home run and 14 RBIs. I just like it how they all were getting ready to run into their dugout, and then all of a sudden they just he called ball 4. I was like, whoo. Here comes the pitch though. That pitch is hit up. Drake is gonna try to make it underneath there. Nope, foul. I guess it didn't hit that woman over there, because she was right near where that ball landed. That'd have been a slobber knocker. See, I knew I'd get all these guys up here to laugh. That makes my day every day. Laughter is the best medicine. Anyway, the count is 0-1 here on Hendricks. Here comes the pitch. In there, strike 2. Good pitch there. Here comes the 0-2. Swing and a miss, strike 3. We now go to the bottom of the second, where the Ravens still have the nice lead of 2-0. So stick around for the bottom. We'll be right back. The first pitch there to Drake Unrein, the catcher there, is called ball 1. Here comes the 1-0. In there, strike 1. Right now batting is Unrein, followed by Reddy, then Smith. As that pitch is in there to him now, strike 2. Drake Unrein here on the season. .235 batting average. 4 home runs and 26 RBIs. Here comes the 1-2, just outside there, 2-2. Here comes the pitch. Almost gave him another slobber knocker there. Luckily, he did not. 3-2 now the count here. Here comes the pitch. Ball 4, and he walked him. Now coming to bat is Ryan Reddy. Ryan Reddy on the season. Batting average is .252 with 1 home. Ryan Reddy now batting, and he has a runner at first. That was ball 1. Almost waylaid him on the inside there. And they called him out there at second. Good play there from the catcher there. Here comes the 1-0. That pitch is hit to the second baseman. Thrown to first is in time. Out number 2. Now coming to bat is number 28, Harrison Smith. Harrison on the season. His batting average is .273 with 1 home run and 4 RBIs. I think that, doesn't the team call him Harry or something? Yep. That pitch is down low to Harry, ball 1. That pitch is ball, strike 1, I should say. Smith is playing left field for the Ravens. The outfield for the Red Devils, though, after this pitch, that is a good hit there from Smith. It's good catch there by the right fielder. That's out number 3. We now go to the bottom, or I should say the new 3rd inning here. The Ravens still lead 2-0. We'll be right back. We're now in the 3rd inning here as Ricky Hernandez throws that pitch there to Hendricks. Well, not Hendricks. We're back at the top of the lineup, I should say, with Veneman. Ball 1. So you missed there on that one. Foul was called, though. Anyway, it is 1-1 now the count. 1-1, here comes the pitch. In there, strike 2, right on the outside corner. Here comes the 1-2. Just barely missed the inside of that. Ball 2. Ball 3 called. That looked very close to me, but then again, I'm like far away from there. So anyway, here comes the full pitch. And that is foul. Count remains 3-2 here. Ball 4 there, and he walked him. Now coming at the bat again is Stark. The outfield for the Ravens, though, playing left field is Smith. Jack Bell playing center field, and then Tate Moody in right field. And then the left fielder for the Red Devils, Stark, is now getting ready to bat here with a runner on first. Here comes the pitch to Hernandez. And now he's running to third. And that's a bunt there. That was a very good bunt, I should say. It confused the right Ravens there a little bit. But runners now in opposite corners with no outs here. Let's see what the Ravens here have in store now for the Red Devils. And now he's running home. That was a weird way to get out of the batter's box there from Rouge. As that they now have a 1-2. Ravens still have a 2-1 lead here in Walter Johnson Park. Now they have a runner still in scoring position on second. 1-0 now the count here on Rouge. Here comes the pitch. Fouled. 1-1 now the count. One here the count. The runner on second. Here comes the 1-1. Just a bit inside there. 2-1. Here the count with no outs and a runner in scoring position on second. Here comes the pitch. That one's hit foul. 2-2 now the count. Here comes the pitch. Strike 3 and he's out. Now coming up to bat is Shepard, playing first base. I don't know what the signs were from the umpires, but I'll just roll with it anyway. Here comes the pitch. That one's hit to Smith. He's there to make the grab. Out number 2. Now he's running to third, but he's in time. Good speed there. Good catch and great speed there from number 14, Stark. Now he's 90 feet away from tying the game. Now coming to bat is Glenn. No, not John Glenn, the astronaut. That would be number 3, Gabe Glenn. But he has a 2-out at bat. Here comes the pitch. Just a bit outside there. Good stop there from Munrine. Ball 1. The 1-0 pitch, here it comes. Strike 1. One on the count here with 2 outs and a runner 90 feet away from tying. Here comes the pitch. That one's hit. Foul. I guess I didn't park my car over there. I parked it that way, behind me. So I'm wondering, who would be the backup pitcher whenever Hernandez goes out? Do you think it would be CeeLo or Manny or? Fair point. Anyway, the pitch. Foul. Here comes the 1-2 pitch. Check his swing there. He was safe on that, so the count now is 2-2. Doing 2 the count here with 2 outs, so as I call it the even count, 2-2-2. With a runner on third though, the pitch. Swing and a miss, he got him. Strike 3, we now go to the bottom of the inning where the Ravens still lead there 2-1, thanks to a hit from a bunt from the Allen Red Devils. We'll be right back. Welcome back here to Walter Johnson Park here. We're now in the bottom of the third where the Ravens still have the lead there 2-1 to the Allen Red Devils. The pitch. In there, strike 1, 2. That pitch is hit hard and high. And they're underneath it there to make the grab, out number 1. And Shrik's just like, I'm just going to round the bases anyway, just for the fun. Anyway, now coming at the bat is Jack Bell. Here comes the pitch. Down low, ball 1. Here comes the 1-0. Upstairs 2-0. (3-0) now the count here. Strike one now the called. 3-1 with 1 out. Here comes the 3-1. Good hit there. And it drops for a single. Here comes Mason Holton. Now there's a runner on first there, thanks to that 1-out single from. That pitch is in there, strike 1. Foul tipped into the glove. Strike 2. Here comes the 0-2 pitch. Oh, strike 3. Batter out there. 2 outs now. Now coming up is Gundelfinger. Still a runner on first. Try to throw it back, but he's safe. Here comes the pitch. That pitch is hit good, but foul. Got him out there. Caught him trying to sneak on by. Now we go to the fourth inning where the Ravens still lead 2-1. We'll be right back. Here comes the pitch from Hernandez. That's hit foul. On the count, here comes the pitch. That one's hit. Good catch there from Harrison Smith and left, coming up to the short left field, out number 1. Now coming at the bat is number 10, Ayers. Here comes the pitch. Just a bit outside there, ball 1. That pitch is in there to him now. Strike 1. Count is now 1-1. That pitch is hit high up. Jack Bell's there. And he makes the grab. Out number 2. Now coming back up to bat is number 20, Jaggers. Here comes the pitch to Jaggers. Just a bit inside, ball 1. If you like what you're watching, be sure to hit our subscribe button on our YouTube channel, KUSN 98.1 Coffeyville Community College, or just look us up on our actual website, www.coffeyville.edu. That pitch is hit, and that's a hit right up the gap there into center field. That's a 2-out single there from Jaggers, and now coming up is Hendricks. Red Raven softball plays this Saturday against the Cloud County Community College. I can't wait for that one because I'm going to be up there with this headset on talking about it. Anyway, here comes the pitch. That pitch is hit foul. I think baseball also plays Saturday too. I don't know if it's an away game or it's a home game. At where? And Allen, oh yeah, gotcha. That pitch is in there, strike 2. So the Red Ravens will be, after game 1 of today's doubleheader, they will play again here at 4. Then on Saturday they will be at Allen County to play against the Red Devils. Here comes the pitch. Good catch by Hernandez. A line drive to him. And out number 3. We now go to the bottom of the inning. Man, that was a good catch. That would have hurt my hand. We now go to the bottom of the inning where the Ravens still lead 2-1. We'll be right back. Let's see Gundofinger here starting at the bottom of the 4th here, batting for the Ravens. After him, it'll be Tate Moody, followed by Platt. Here comes the pitch. In there, strike 1. Here comes the 0-1. Outside, 1-1. Good to see some of the other softball players here today. Alex Guinness, Jaden Clark, Jay Jimboy, Michaela Yates, and Peyton Hayes. And that pitch is hit good into the gap there, and that's a base hit. A very deep single there for the third baseman Gundofinger. Now coming at the bat is the right fielder Tate Moody. Let's see if we can put these Red Devils here in a bad mood. No, not that one. Okay, that's fine. Anyway, 1-2 is your score here. Ravens leading. Pitch is high and inside, ball 1. Nice day to have play some baseball. As that pitch is outside, 2-0. Also a good day to fish, I should say. I might cast the line out when I get home. But I don't know. I might stay inside and play some video games. I really don't know. Or probably watch some more NBA playoffs. Anyway, the 2-0. Make it 3-0. Now waiting the 3-0 pitcher comes in the dirt, ball 4. No, there's 2 runners on base for Quentin Platt. And looks like the coach is going to come out here to talk to his pitcher. So let's take a timeout with him. We'll talk it over here in the press box. So we'll be right back. Stick around. We're back here and we're getting ready to watch some more Red Ribbon baseball here on our YouTube channel, 98.1 KUSN Coffeyville Community College. Be sure to hit that subscribe button and give us a like, because I'm really liking this game so far right now myself. And we're only in the bottom of the 4th inning. Here comes the pitch. And that's a dead ball to Quentin Platt. Now the bases are loaded for the catcher, Drake Unrein. Let's see if we can get a big drive. Bases are now loaded here for Drake Unrein. Here comes that pitch. Down low, ball 1. After Unrein, it'll be ready as this pitch is hit foul. And that the coach over there sitting in that chair did not even move. Man, stone cold right there. Just. But I digress. Count is now 1-1 with no outs and bases are loaded. 2 of them are in scoring position. Here comes the pitch. That's a good grounder to second base, but out at second. But safe at first and third, and the run's brought in. That's an RBI single. Brian ready, and I'll be getting ready to bat here. Following him will be Harrison Smith, or AKA Harry Smith. Now waiting the pitch with the runners on opposite bases. Here comes the pitch. Ready, showing bunt, and he bunts. That's a great bunt. He's tagged out. Nobody, he is safe. Oh, did they call him out? Well, now it looks like they're going to discuss whether or not he was out or safe. I think they're debating on whether or not if he dropped the ball before he was tagged, and then this is whenever we should have one of those monitors up here for a replay or something like that. We need to see if Coach Iker could get us hooked up with that. Do you think he could, Coach? And it looks like they're about to say what they're about to say, and looked like and yes, it was affirmed. They called him out. I think maybe it's because he almost ran out of the baseline too, so that could also have been the reason as well. But I have no idea for sure. Anyway, 2 outs now with a runner on second base though. Now the lead for the Ravens is 4-1. Here comes the pitch. In there, strike 1 to Smith. Me and Harrison Smith have something in common. We both have the same kind of sunglasses, except his are blue and mine are red, which very it's kind of cool in a way. Yet again, ours look retro like they're from the 80s. Anyway, the pitch is down low in the dirt. Ball 1. Good block there from the catcher, Jaggers. At first, when I saw the name on here, I thought it said joggers, like the sweatpants joggers. But then I saw the little line at the bottom of it, so I was like, oh, never mind, it's Jaggers. Anyway, 1-1 the count here with 2 outs and a runner in scoring position on second. Count remains 1-1 as he tried to throw him out at second, but just kept the ball in his hand. Here comes the 1-1 pitch. In the dirt, down low, 2-1. 2 balls, 1 strike, and 2 outs. There comes the 2-1. And that's a swing and a miss, strike 2. I would say that was a good swing there from Smith, but a good pitch there as well from the pitcher, Buchanan. The pitch is hit foul right behind us there. I hope it doesn't hit my car or that Mustang I parked right beside. So if it did, someone will be in a whole kerfuffle. After Smith, we'll go back to the top of the lineup with Hernandez. If this pitch goes well for Smith, as that is ball 3. This pitch either extends or ends the inning. With 2 outs and a runner in scoring position on second. Pressure is on both the pitcher and the batter. Who's going to buckle under first? Here comes the pitch. That's a good hit. And that is fair. That's right now back towards the corner of the wall, and that is an RBI double for Harrison Smith. Good hit there. Driving in Drake Unrein, and we now have 5-1 Raven lead. Coming up now is Schrack attack, Carson Schrack. I think some of the team members even call him Shrek, like the one from the movie Shrek. I've always been called Donkey, but I was never called Puss in Boots. Anyway, still 2 outs here and a runner on scoring position on second for Schrack attack. Here comes the pitch. Outside and upstairs. 1-0. Good to see some of the other coaching staff here from other teams as well. We have a volleyball coach down there, Dearden Kelly, and that's a strike 1 there. 1-1 now the count. And also Coach Liker, who I think coaches like 2 teams. I think he coaches helps out with baseball and then also does football. I think I don't know. Not baseball. See, there's one wrong. One. That pitch is outside there. 2-1. Here comes the 2-1 pitch to Schrack attack. That's a high up pitch. Either it's in the infield there, out number 3. We now go to the 5th inning here. The Ravens take the lead 5-1, so stick around. We'll be right back. That first pitch in there, strike 1 to the DH. Glad you could stick around and watch some baseball here on your Thursday afternoon, as that pitch is also in there, strike 2 from Hernandez. Here comes the 0-2. Swung just a little too soon, goes foul. Be sure you stick around after this game because we'll have another game right after that one at possibly 4 o'clock. Outside 2. The DH 1 and 2. Here comes the pitch. Hit up. Almost up with the dugout. A foul. Almost made a catch there was Aiden. But luckily, I would have took it on my hat and just reached out a little bit, but would have possibly blinded someone by the shining part of my head. Anyway, that pitch is outside 2 and 2. I'm just glad I haven't gone fully balled yet. I still have a little bit of hope. Here comes the 2-2. Swung a little too soon on that one too. 2 and 2 remains the count. Here comes the pitch. Grounded 2. Second baseman thrown to first. Is not in time, and he is safe. Good hustle there from the DH. Now coming up is Stark. I will say this, though. The Allen Red Devils, from what I've seen so far today, they have some good speed from their batters. But then again, so do the Ravens. I wasn't very fast in my day, but like if it was from a bully, I could run. Anyway, that pitch is hit good into the left field there for a outfield single. Now there's 2 bases on. 2 bases are on there for the second baseman, Roosh. The Ravens took a nice three-run inning there in the bottom of that inning, the bottom of the 4th, I should say. And now they lead 5-1 here in the top of the 5th. That pitch is in there, strike 1 to Roosh. We hope you're enjoying this game as much as I am right now. With as beautiful of a day as it is today, and had a little bit of rain out where I lived yesterday and a little bit of heavy wind, but luckily everything seems to be okay. So that pitch is in there, strike 2. Oh, and 2 now is the count here for Roosh with 2 runners on base. One of those runners in scoring position on second. Here comes the 0-2. Upstairs, 1 and 2. One and 2 is the count. Here comes the 1-2 pitch. That one's hit up, I think. And Jack Bell's there to make the play. Out number 1. They made some good contact here for the Red Devils, but the Red Raven defense there just being able to make it there in time. Went out now with their 2 runners on base for number 9, Shepard, the first baseman. Hernandez, I think, have had a very good day here, Walter Johnson. That pitch is hit foul into the dugout of the Red Ravens. Awaiting the 0-1, here it comes. Down low, 1-1. Here's some MLB games here for you. The Red Sox are leading the Twins 10-0 in the top of the 6th, or in the bottom of the 6th, I should say. That pitch is down low again, 2-1. There's the count with 1 out, 2 runners on base. One of those runners in scoring position on second. Hernandez winds the pitch Tried to throw it at Matt at second there, but decided to play it safe and got back on the base there. Count remains 2-1. Later today at 3:05, the Yankees play the Angels, and then at 5:35, Shay Neal's team, the Cincinnati Reds, play the Pittsburgh Pirates. As that pitch is hit to Smith, and he is back to make the grab, out number 2. Who usually played left field? Because it wasn't Smith last time. Yeah. Yeah, it used to be Massey, but I don't know what's going on with him. Whatever it is. Yeah. Anyway, the Red Ravens here with 2 outs and 2 runners on base for the Red Devils there. That's ball 1 in the dirt. Good stop by Unrein. Glenn, he is the third baseman. Here comes the 1-0. 2-0, I should say now. Now we're going to have a timeout here on the mound. Let's take it with them. So we'll be right back here in the 5th inning. Stick around. Back here out of that timeout. 2-0 remains the count with 2 outs, 2 runners on base. That pitch is hit, and good catch there from Jack Bell. Saved by the Bell. We now go to the bottom of the 5th, where the Ravens still lead 5-1. Stick around. We'll be right back. Welcome back here. We're now on 1 to count on the batter here for the Ravens here with a runner on first. The pitch, and there's strike 2 to Jack Bell, who had not Jack Bell, Mason Holton. Jack Bell had that nice catch there to end the top of the inning. And he is actually the runner on first. Going to the count here on Holton. Holton leading the team in home runs. With a run on first. Here comes the 0-2. Nice hit there, but foul. Here comes the 0-2 pitch to Holton. Upstairs, 1-2. Buchanan finds the pitch he wants with a 1-2 count on Holton and a runner on first. Here comes the pitch. Strike 3. And he's safe at second. With 1 out now, and here comes Gundelfinger. His name honestly just is so cool because just the way it sounds, Gundelfinger. The runner now in scoring position. Here comes the pitch. Ball 1. I'm glad that you're tuning in to listen or watch, I should say, on this nice Thursday afternoon here at Walter Johnson Park in Coffeyville, Kansas. That pitch is hit high, and the catcher's going to try to make a run for it, but there's a fence there to prevent him from going outside, so foul ball. One and 1 the count here on Gundelfinger with a runner on first, or I should say second. He advanced a while ago with 1 out. Here comes the 1-1. Oh, nice pitch there. Just slided right into the inside corner there. As I think that was a slider. I have no idea. I wasn't really a pitcher. I was a pinch runner. That was 1 ball and 2 strikes with 1 out. Now on Gundelfinger. Here comes the pitch. Fouled. Oh no, I should say bunted. And it was fair. Those were out at first, though, but he advances the runner to third, 90 feet away from scoring. Not coming up is Tate Moody, who is the right fielder. The outfield for the Red Devils, Stark playing left, Ayers playing center, and Hendricks playing right. Two outs now. Here comes the pitch there. That's outside. Ball 1. Well, thank goodness that Coach Liker's in here swatting at wasps, or I think that was a wasp. Yeah, anyway. I mean, it is a nice enough day out here for the Wasps to be out, and a nice day to also watch some baseball. That pitch was upstairs just a little bit, though. Ball 2. He has a runner. Moody has a runner on third, just 90 feet away. And here comes the 2-0 pitch from Buchanan. Almost. Right in the head there. 3-0 now the count. 3 balls, no strikes with 2 outs. A runner on third. The pitch. Ball 4, and he walked. Here comes the designated hitter, Quentin Platt. Now runners on opposite corners, first and third. Platt awaits the pitch. Here it comes. Just a bit inside there, ball 1. Now I wonder, on my stat sheets here that I printed up today, S-speed, does that mean stolen bases? Nice. Okay, I was just making sure because I normally do softball, ladies and gentlemen, but I will fill in whenever I'm needed. Then I can use my gift of gab, if you will. The pitch hit foul. 1-1 now the count with 2 outs. Let's see how many stolen bases the Red Ravens have. Leading that is Jack Bell with 32 stolen bases. That is very impressive. Here comes the 1-1 pitch. In there, strike 2. Good pitch there from Buchanan. Quentin Platt now has a one ball, 2 strike count on him with 2 outs. Runners both now in scoring position at second and third. Here comes the pitch. Almost waylaid him there. 2-2. For those of you just tuning in, I'm the mouth of the Southeast, Stephen Kyler, my nickname given to me from Dirk Andrews, who commentated soccer as well as I did myself. And that pitch was fair. Good hit right off the line. Just missed the first baseman's glove, and that's a double for Quentin Platt, and that advances 2 runs inside now. It is now 7-1. And now Drake Unrein. Could he get a line drive to keep the Red Ravens alive? See, this is why I don't rap or anything, because I can I'm just not that great at it. Anyway, he still has 2 outs though for Buchanan, but Buchanan also has a runner in scoring position on second from that nice hit there. That pitch is hit, but foul. The Red Ravens are head coached by Jake Martin, assisted by Coach Mitz and Garrett Francis. Shout out to them as that pitch from Unrein is hit, and it missed the shortstop, and he's safe on first. That's an error, I think. Probably, I don't know. Now Ryan Reddy up the bat. Let's see if the Buchanan is ready for Ryan Reddy. Here comes the pitch. Upstairs. He's running to second, and it misses the glove. He now runs to third, and that run of stolen base now also leads to another stolen base for home. 8-1 now the lead. I guess the Red Devils weren't ready for that, but Ryan Reddy knew what was going to happen. I don't know. 8-1 now the score here. The Ravens leading here in the bottom of the 5th. With 2 outs though, and a runner on third though with 1-0. Here comes the pitch. Ooh. Kind of had a weird swing inside there, but called ball 2. That pitch is hit foul, though, from Ryan Reddy. 2-1 now the count with 2 outs. Here comes the 2-1 pitch 2 ready. That is a good line drive hit into the gap there in right center field. Right ready, runs the second, and that's an RBI double. 9-1 is the lead now for the Red Ravens. Harrison Smith now back up to bat. The Red Devils are head coached by Clint Stoy, assisted by Wyatt Moore and Daniel Freeman. Shout out to them and their families. Here comes the pitch to Smith. Just a bit outside, ball 1. The Red Ravens have an 8-run lead here against the Red Devils as that pitch is to Harrison Smith inside, called strike 1. I'm glad you're able to tune in on this nice Thursday afternoon to watch some baseball here on our YouTube channel. This pitch is in there again, strike 2. Harrison has a runner in scoring position on second. And that man is Ryan Reddy, who had a nice line drive up the center right field gap. And that pitch is swing and a miss, strike 3. We now go to the 6th inning. The Ravens have a nice lead, 9-1. We'll be right back. Here comes Hernandez. That pitch is hit, and that in a nice gap there, right up in the short left center field. And he's running to second. Nope, went back there. Thought he could speed his way over to second, but decided to play it safe and stay on first there. Now coming at the bat is Ayers. That was a nice single there from Mulligan. I hope I said that right. If I did not, I apologize. Anyway, Hernandez pitching still for the Ravens. A little two-checky on that swing. Strike 1. I don't even know if that's a word or not, but I'm just going to use it anyway. Two-checky. 0-1 the count here on Ayers with a runner on first. Hernandez throws the pitch. That's hit high up. Almost would have been a great catch there from the shortstop. But the shortstop was Mason Holton there, but just missed the glove, and that was a single. There, now we're 2 runners on base here. And now Jaggers, the catcher, is coming up to bat. Patrick Mulligan actually originally wore the number 28, but is wearing the number 11 today. As that pitch is hit into left field, and he's running home. And that's an RBI single for Jaggers. Good hit there from the Red Devils. And now Hendricks is getting ready to bat. 2-9 here now. The score. The Red Devils gained an extra run there. The pitch to Hernandez was hit high up. Third base is there to make the grab. Out number 1. Ricky Hernandez's day has been very good so far, in my opinion. And let's see what other damage he can do to the Red Devil offense. The 1 out now. Here comes the pitch from Hernandez. That was a weird hit, but foul from Veneman. I hope I'm saying that right. If I am, awesome. If I'm not, oh well. I'll probably have the coaches tell me if I said it right or not before the second game. Anyway, 0-1 the count here on the designated hitter. The pitch. Just a bit down low, ball 1. 1-1 now the count here with 1 out for the Red Ravens. Here comes the 1-1 pitch from Hernandez. Just a bit outside, 2-1. Be sure you tune in to our YouTube channel on Saturday, the 22nd, where you'll be hearing my voice again, as that pitch was hit into center field, and Jack Bell's there to make the grab. Out number 2. Saturday, the 22nd, you'll hear my voice again commentating on the Red Ravens softball team as they take on Cloud County Community College. I'm very excited for that game, which I hope you all at home will be excited as well. As we now have 2 outs here. Here comes the pitch. It's hit high up. Ryan ready, hustling and bustling, and making the grab. Out number 3. We now go to the bottom of the 6th, where the Ravens still lead 2-9. We'll be right back. We're now in the bottom of the 6th inning here at Walter Johnson Park, home with the Red Ravens. I'm Stephen Kyler here. Glad you can join us here on this nice Thursday afternoon to watch some good baseball here as they're taking on the Red Devils from Allen County. That pitch outside, ball 1 to Strack attack, number 10, Carson Strack. Here comes the pitch there. Outside again. Ball 2. And we have a new pitcher as well for the Red Devils, number 31, Reed Jensen. His ERA this season is 5.79 with 9.1 innings pitched and 4 strikeouts. That pitch is outside there for him this time, 3-0. Here comes the 3-0. Make that 4-0, and he walked. Now coming back up to bat is Jack Bell. Let's see if he can hit a dinger. I think that's like a Bell term. I don't know. Now Jack Bell has a runner on first. Here comes the pitch. Right in there, strike 1. Just got the inside corner. Here comes the 1-0-1. That pitch is hit good. Good catch there, though, from the center fielder. Ayers. Good catch there. Also, that would have been a great hit, too, but Ayers is there to make the grab for out number 1. Now coming back up to bat is Mason Holton, playing in the shortstop, who leads the team in home runs still with 6. I could barely even get 1 home run, let alone a double. I could probably have gotten a single or something. I don't know. I'd have to get some cleats or something. The pitch, though, is down low in the dirt. Ball 1. A good catch there. And keeping in front there was the catcher. Here comes the 1-0. In there, strike 1. Here comes the 1-1. That's a good hit there again to Ayers. And he's there to make the grab as well. Out number 2. Gundelfinger back up to bat here for the Ravens. After Gundelfinger, if he gets on base there, it'll be Tate Moody. Here comes the pitch. It's a good high-hitting grounder there to the second baseman, and they now make the play out number 3. We now go to the 7th inning where the Ravens still lead 9-2, so stick around. You don't want to miss it. We'll be right back. Welcome back here to Walter Johnson Park. We're now in the top of the 7th. The Ravens lead here 9-2. I'm Stephen Kyler here. We have a new pitcher for the Ravens as well. Number 35, Daniel Barham. As that first pitch is outside, ball 1. Barham on the season, his ERA is 6.57 with 12.1 innings pitched and 17 strikeouts. Here comes the pitch. Right in there, right on the inside corner. Strike 1. 1-1 now the count here on the batter. Here comes the pitch. Ball 2. 2-1 the count here now. Here comes the pitch. The pitch has a nice hit, but foul. Right near the away team's pitching area. Which I think that's like a bullpen, probably, yeah. Yeah, that's a bullpen. That's what it is. I'm used to like different bullpens working on a farm. Anyway, the 2-2 pitch. Almost waylaid him and the batter in the head there. 3-2 now the count. Roosh there. Here comes the 3-2. Hit foul. Here comes the 3-2 again. Hit foul again. Tie remains 3-2 with no outs. Top of the 7th. Here comes the pitch. Hit high up, but foul again. He's like the Bee Gees. He's staying alive. Here comes the pitch. That one's hit high up into center field. It's near the back of the wall. He's there to make the grab. Good play there. Out number 1. Good stop there from the center fielder, Jack Bell. And now coming back up the bat is number 9, Shepard. In there, strike 1 to Shepard. Pitch is hit to Ryan. He's there to make the grab, and good play there. Out number 2. 1 out to go. Here comes Glenn now to back up to bat, playing the third baseman. Here comes the pitch. Down low, ball. Oh, wait, nope. Seeing if he checked, but did not check. 1-0 now the count. Let's see here. Here comes the 1-0. That one's hit high up. Bell is there under 8. Makes the grab, out number 3. Well, that concludes the first game here today. We now go to the second. So we'll be back in a few minutes. So we hope you stick around for game 2. We'll be right back.